What's up, guys? It's Josh here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video, and today we're digging into some draft prospects. And today I wanted to talk about North Carolina wide receiver Dyami Brown, and I wanted to talk about Brown and why I think he would be a good fit for the Chiefs and an exciting draft prospect at wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. So first of all, before we even get into anything about Brown, let me explain why wide receiver is a need for the Chiefs in this draft and why they should go ahead and consider Brown. And that's because, I've said it over and over again. If you've been following me for some time, you know how I feel about Mecole Hardman and Byron Pringle. Mecole Hardman, I don't think he can play the X. He cannot beat the press. He has a very limited route tree. He's fine in his routes that he runs, but he could win over the middle a little bit more, kind of like Sammy Watkins did. I don't believe he kind of regressed a little bit this past season, I thought, from his rookie year. And, not even just regressed, but I think he more so plateaued. His production didn't really change much, even on increased targets. And then Byron Pringle, he's a cool story. I get why Chiefs fans like him. I'm a fan of Pringle. I think he's a solid guy that you can be comfortable with him on the field, but I don't think he should be a wide receiver 2 for a Super Bowl contender. He's just not there. And so the depth behind Tyreek Hill is a little bit worrisome. But with that being said, let me get into Dyami Brown a little bit. So we're actually going to get into some Dyami Brown film review after I give my kind of initial thoughts on him and my opinion of him, and then we'll go and look at that on the film. So I got to say, Dyami Brown, the reason he excites me a lot is he is perfect for a Chiefs offense that likes to air the ball out. Dyami Brown is fast, he's explosive, he loves catching the deep ball, and he would be a perfect weapon for Patrick Mahomes. And also, he's someone that could develop into a nice wide receiver too. He's got the size for it. The next wide receiver I want the Chiefs to get, I think they need to have a little bit of size, like above 6 feet tall, closer to 200 pounds is exactly what Dyami Brown is. He's about 6'1", 190 pounds. That's perfect for that X role. Now, let me tell you about some of his strengths. So, like I said, he has a really good get off at the line of scrimmage. Like I said, he's fast. He's got good speed. He's an explosive athlete, and he's like I said, he loves the deep ball. He averaged over 20 yards per reception the past 2 seasons in college, and he's been the focal point of UNC's offense for the past 2 seasons. He's not a one-season wonder. In 2019, as a sophomore, Dyami Brown caught 51 receptions for 1,034 yards and 12 touchdowns. And then again in 2020, he had 55 receptions for 1,099 yards and 8 touchdowns. And that was in one less game than in 2019 as well. He's an all-ACC wide receiver. He's just an explosive athlete, and one of the things that I like about him is he's a willing blocker, which if you want to play for the Chiefs offense and you're looking to replace someone like Sammy Watkins, you need a willing blocker for those sweeps and running plays, and the Chiefs do execute them. Brown is good for that. He also is like a running back once he gets the ball in his hands. He's really good at getting people away from him, and he's just ferocious once he gets the ball. I mean, he's like I said, he's like a running back. He's like a 6'1", 190-pound running back. The dude just loves to score touchdowns. He's a physical player. I will say, though, some of his weaknesses, he struggles with drops a little bit. You're going to see that in the film review that we watched. There's a lot where you're just like, what was he doing there? Like, he should have caught that. Like, it happens a lot. He struggles with drops. And then kind of like most receivers coming out of college, he struggles to beat the press. He's going to have to learn to beat the press in the NFL. But I believe he has the potential. He'll just need to fill out his frame a little bit and gain some strength. But he's got the size for it. And yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on him. So we'll go ahead and transition to some film review. I got some film from a couple of games. We'll look at that, and I'll kind of go through it with you guys so you can see what I'm seeing, and then we'll talk about it a little bit after. So without further ado, let's transition over to the game film. So we're going to start out with some of Brown's game film from a game against Syracuse this past season, and I will go through it with you guys, and we'll try to break down a bunch of Browns plays. I got a few games lined up. We won't go over the entire game, but we'll go over some of my favorite clips, highlighting my pros and cons of Brown. So we'll start with this play right here. He's going to do a really nice job with this get off and then working to the inside of the defensive back and making a tough catch and then getting some extra yards fighting through the contact. That's a really nice play there by Brown. Nice little catch and run. This one right here is going to be a nice blocking play by Brown. Like I mentioned, he's really a willing blocker, and he's going to do a nice job here getting the running back some extra yards on his block. You see him right there. And perfect little block just to get that running back free, so he only has to face one man instead of two, and then that gets him all the way down to like the 1 yard line. Really nice play by Brown. This play right here, it's Brown doesn't make the catch. He kind of drops it / the defender makes a nice play. But what you're going to see is he gives the QB Sam Howell a chance here because he continues to run his route and tries to get open. Whoops, lagging a little bit. Let me give it a chance to catch up. But you see he doesn't quit, doesn't make the catch, but does a nice job with the effort there. Because that's one of my biggest criticisms of Mecole Hardman is that there's a lot of times you see Patrick Mahomes yelling at him because he quits on the route. Brown does not quit on his routes, and that's one thing I do like about him. Right here, you're going to see a nice play by Brown where he is able to hold on to the catch despite the defender hitting him pretty good right there. He holds on to the ball. The next play is a little bit of a different story, though. You're going to see it's one of those drops that I was complaining about. This one's going to be a nice little quick pass, and he just lets it go right above it, or it hits off his hand. Dangerous play right there, and I do not like that. This one's going to be another dangerous drop. You're going to see Brown on a slant, and the defender kind of makes a nice play here. I thought Brown could have done more to prevent the turnover, though, and I still thought he could have caught it, but you'll see he's going to run the slant, and it's going to end up getting picked off. Right there, yeah, I thought he should have caught that. Again, defender makes a nice job, but I thought Brown could have done more. Here's another play right here, tight window throw. Brown is able to make the catch. This one's pretty simple right there. He's able to make the catch despite the defenders being around him. He's able to secure it. Doesn't drop this one. Nice play by Brown. Here's one of my favorite plays from this game. Brown. Okay, so the quarterback's going to hand off to the running back here. There's going to be a huge hole, and even though the running back gets in space, Brown is still commits to blocking on this play, and it's going to really pay off. You'll see here because Brown gives them a ton of extra yards. That gets him all the way down to really close to the end zone. Right there, Brown makes that nice extra push, and the running back gets some extra yards at it. This is a nice play right here. Brown on a slant. He's going to make the catch, and he's going to kind of become a pinball here, break some tackles, and get his team all the way down to the 2 or 3 yard line. Really nice play. All right, this is another play I really like because it's actually going to be a screen play to the complete opposite side of the field that Brown is on, but again, commits to blocking, and it's going to pay off here. You see Howell gets the ball off on a screen play right here in this play. Number 8, that's the running back, all the way on the other side of the field, cuts his way over. There's Brown ready to block, and he almost creates a touchdown right there. Gives his running back some room to work with. Love the teamwork there. On this play, Brown, he starts at the top of your screen on that side of the field and works his way all the way over, getting himself open, and this is where the 20 yards per reception comes from. Gets open, uses his size here to create some more yards, just running over guys. Really like that play as well. Okay, now transitioning over to the game versus Virginia Tech. Here on this play, Howell is running for his life, and I'll try to get it from the beginning of the play, but basically this play, even though it doesn't result in any type of gain and there was a penalty on the play, I think it's important that Brown does not give up again, because when you're playing with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, you must be aware that you cannot give up on the play. Here it is from the start. Right here, this play. That's Brown. You're going to see Howell. He's going to take off for his life. And then he finds Brown downfield. He's not going to make the catch. That's really tough. Gets hit by the defender from behind. But just really nice commitment to finishing out the play despite not getting the result that he wanted. I really like this play you're about to see here as well. Brown is such a patient blocker. I love it. He's going to float to the middle of the field, and once the running back gets up there, Brown's going to be right there to block for him. Not this play, sorry. This next one right here, you're going to see lagging a little bit, but there he is. Floats to the middle of the field, stands there ready to block, and he's right there for his running back. Love that play. This play, again, this is where the 20 yards per reception comes from. Brown, he gets down the field so quick. Like, it's going to be quick. Watch this right here. Nice get off. Just runs. Howell throws it up for him, and he's already there at the back of the end zone to make the catch with the touchdown. Amazing play right there. And right here, the broadcast shows a little bit, or they kind of show you the detail in Brown's route running that allowed him to get open. You're going to see when he runs here vertically, he acts like he's just going to keep running straight, but he's going to do a little fake right to the outside, and then he's going to go right back inside. If you blink, you'll miss it. Right about there, he fakes just enough to the defense, takes a step that way, and that's all that Brown needs. And he's got all the room in the world to run because, look, the broadcast is pointing it out right there. It's already too late, and Brown is gone. Now, this play is, again, one of the drops that I complained about. Like this one, it's just like you got to have better concentration here. I'm not sure what happened, but this is a perfect throw by the quarterback on just a quick little route by Brown here, and he just drops it. Like, just straight up drops it. Got to be better there. Right here, same thing. Brown is going to drop it. Should have been caught. Really frustrating play right here because I think he would have gotten a nice gain, but of course he drops it. Another play where the 20 yards per reception comes in. I'm going to keep saying that every time he has a deep play, but this one he makes a really nice adjustment to catch the touchdown pass. And again, he gets downfield in such a snap. It's awesome. Really nice play there for the score. And then one more time, just looking at some of the blocking by Brown. Here's a nice play of the handoff to the running back. Brown is going to stick to his guy, and he's going to make a nice little lane for the running back to keep going straight upfield. Another solid play by Brown. So at this point, you guys probably have a pretty good idea of the type of player that Brown is. He offers a lot as a receiver, and he's, like I said, a good fit for the Chiefs offense because of the way they like to air it out and the way they like to do things. He's someone that Patrick Mahomes, I'm sure, would love throwing to deep, and he's someone that, can play next to Tyreek Hill and create a deadly little combo right there, especially with Hardman in the Z spot. And then the hope would be that Brown could eventually develop into an nice little number 2 wide receiver. I don't think he has a ceiling as a 1, more so 2. The thing is with Brown, he's going to be a frustrating player. He's going to have his drops. He's going to have those plays where you question what he's doing, and then he's going to have some of those plays where it's like, oh yeah, that's why the Chiefs drafted this guy. He's actually similar to Hardman in a lot of ways coming out, although I think he's slightly more polished than McColl, and I think he's more physical than McColl. He's got a lot of potential. I really like him. As far as where you could expect him to be drafted, I don't think he's a first-round wide receiver. He's definitely a top 10 wide receiver, though, in my opinion, and I think you could probably get him in the second round, but if you wait to the third, you're probably not going to be so lucky. I think the Chiefs would probably have to take him right there at pick 63 in order to get him, or maybe trade back up into the second, but we'll see. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of Brown in the comments. If you would like this pick, if you wouldn't like this pick, if you agree with me, anything that you like. But that's all I got for today. Make sure you check me out at www.showmefootball.com and check out my work at Arrowhead Addict. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That's all for today, Chiefs fans. I'll catch you all next time. Peace.